Hi folks. In these here United States of America, in our Congress, the lower house, the House of Representatives, and the Congressional District in the city of New York, the illiterates there elected a young lady in her 20s to represent them in Congress. And she's euphemistically referred to as AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, something to that effect. Now I used to think she was as cute as a button, dumb as a rock. Alright? Sorry. She's ugly as a piece of poop, and she still is dumb as a rock. And I say this because this idiot, who was a graduate of Boston University at one time, was a good college, a good university. She came out with a statement claiming that the United States is operating concentration camps on the southern border.
But the United States is running concentration camps on our southern border. And that is exactly what they are. They are concentration camps.
And she made that statement when I just got finished reading this book. What a book! Bill O'Reilly, no matter what you think about his politics, his killing series books, his history books are phenomenal. Let me tell you why I take a personal loss. And no, I'm not Jewish. No, I have no Jewish relatives. I have an uncle who fought in I had a lot of uncles who fought in the Second World War, one of which liberated one of the camps. In the neighborhood I grew up in Brooklyn, I met a man who had tattoos on his arms from the concentration camps. I was born when Harry Truman was president. So through the 50s and early 60s, we constantly saw on TV documentaries and shows in reference to the Holocaust, the murdering and torture of the Jews. Alright, how about we look at some photographs of AOC's concentration camps on America's southern border. Wow, look at this. Look at the terrible housing these poor victims are placed in these here United States of America by ICE. Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry. That's the concentration camps by the Nazis in Europe. Let's look at the housing concentration camps in Texas that AOC claims. Gee, look at that. Doesn't look anything like what the Nazis have. And then look at this over here in this photograph. What's that I see over there? Ooh, air conditioning. I bet you the victims of the Nazi concentration camps wish they had air conditioning. But you know something? I bet you AOC's going to tell us that isn't really air conditioning. That's a vehicle by which they pump the gas in to murder them, because that's what they do in concentration camps. Really? Let us look at a real gas chamber in a real concentration camp in Europe. And here it is. This is where the victims were placed and the Cyclone B was dropped to murder them. And you see this picture over here? The markings on the walls in the gas chamber? That's nail marks as the victims were being brutally murdered with this gas, being poisoned to death. They were scraping at the walls with their fingernails. AOC, could you find such a wall on our southern border and our detention camps? I'm sure you'd be happy to find that for us to back up your miserable statement. Now let's look how we are treating the children on our southern border when we're detaining them. You see how they have to sleep? Look at this. Like animals. Victims, they are... Oh, I'm sorry. That is not the southern border. That is not the way we place the children and the adults to sleep in the ICE camps in Texas. This is where they sleep. This is how they are being allowed to sleep in these accommodations. Nothing like a concentration camp, which that pig claims they are. Now, how about the children? We all know how mean we are to the children. Let us look what we did to those poor children. Oh, I'm sorry. Once again, those aren't the children coming across our southern border. Those are the children that have been victimized by the Nazis in their real concentration camps. Let us look at AOC's concentration camps on our Texas border. Gee, he's looking at a TV camera. He's allowed to do that in the concentration camp? Now look at these healthy children in these photographs. Wow! They don't look anything like the children that were victimized by the Nazis in the real concentration camps in Europe. The concentration camps here in the United States are so horrific that they're climbing the walls, the border barriers, to get into the United States so they too could be housed in our concentration camps. Piece of garbage that she is. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the nation you happen to be in. See ya.